everyone. This video was made possible by you. Okay. So here many of you suggested an interesting video but a oversimplified one. So here it is. This video also took 2 weeks. So yeah, it took a long time for that. Okay, so I've been working on since 2 weeks, and this is a big project. Now I have highlighted some of the important words out here and whatever line they come from. So here we go. So firstly, we are going to see biology's mixed projects. I'll give uh, the sources link in the description, so you want to check that out. Okay, let's see. Okay, there's here it is. Okay, now the cell is the simplest form. Okay, I'm going to show it to you. The cell is the simplest part of the human body. The first reaction of this is always okay, I won't okay, let's think something that also contains processes. Okay, I'm going to say this is quite complicated, but it's oversimplified too. So the cell is really simple part of the body that still contains processes. So let's say your body is a pile of wood. If you cut through it, that pile of wood will you'll see various parts popping up from there. Okay, yeah, this will make processes. These makes processes, and until you cut, eventually you reach a universal point where no processes takes over to the inside. So that that part which is the exterior is called the cell. Okay, this is too complex. I'll explain that later on another video. More information at the end of the video as always. Okay, let's look at the line of the cell. There are various kind of cells. We call white blood cells, then we called red blood cells, memory B cells, neutrophils, macrophages. Then we get the cell structure is kind of like this. If you can see that, it's basically an oval like this thing. This one is called the cell. I can show it to you. Okay, then we get nucleus, which is the brain of the cell. Then the mitochondria, powerhouse. Interestingly, we are going to be looking at a chemical reaction, the energy reaction, which is mostly important. We add O2 plus H2O along with food, which contains energy. So when we create proteins, etc., sugar with them, we create energy. Or to be more specific, the universal actual chemical adenosine triphosphate, or ATP for the sake of this video. We are going to be looking at another interesting process. This process is a little more simplified than the other one because there are various chemical reactions that you cannot know, but let's see this one. RBC and WBC, which are red blood cells and white blood cells, have a bloody reaction. No, not that. No, that's not the real thing. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the processes of them. Plus platelets and plasma, we get plus air or no air, deoxified blood or deoxygenated blood and oxygenated blood, and then we get blood. So I have colored red here so that you can understand. Until we reach that bones produce this. This is at the other line of the spectrum, but I'm going to show you how it's also connected to another longer way. I'm going to show you the entire processes of that just in a minute. Okay, we are going to be looking why we need blood first. Blood is better to say because it's really important. Blood carries nutrients and oxygen around your body and makes essential processes for life, except for plants. plants don't have blood because they use photosynthesis. So let's move on to tissues. Tissues are more important. So tissues look kind of like this. You cannot actually understand them because we haven't actually seen them. They're still tiny. Okay, we are just going to. Tissues are like are from cells. See below, just or skip that because I have written see below here because I was writing this chart. Tissues form a tissue we call collagen. Collagen forms bones and enamel. Bones are, as you know, bones. I made that joke up, but still, guys, still. Collagen forms enamel too. Enamel, what is that enamel? It's enamel or what is that? Well, it produces your teeth. Yep, the outer coating which makes your teeth white is actually just a thin layer of enamel. Then we get cartilage. Cartilage forms nose and ears. They kind of look like actual bones, but actually are quite flexible. So we don't know what the substance is, but it's cartilage. It's quite flexible and cures faster than bones. Okay, let's go to the bones part first, because the bones part produces the blood processes. So it's these lines are connected to both here and there. So it is a two-way route. Next we get muscles. Tissues form muscles. These muscles have heart, which is the most common of these, and 604 others of them, or 649. I forgot about how many there were. 650 or what? I forgot, but still, anything will occur. Let's just go out to organs, which are muscles. Succeeders. There are others plus brains, which are organ, and I forgot to tell you another things. Muscles are also connected to bones by this line out here. Tendons. Our joints allow moving. Okay, let's go to the body. You might have noticed the cells glow. That's because it's the beginning of the chart, and the end have a much better glow. Actually, this was just a coloring mistake. I just made that up. But still, it's a good teaching tool. Let's. But this isn't the only part because it's so simplified chart. You might be wondering, I am half of my video, and then you might thinking that it isn't possible to talk about you in such small amounts, such big amounts. So what I am going to say is this. Okay, this is immense. Finally, something immense that I got out. Oh, I forgot lysosomes and cell membrane. Lysosomes clean your cells, and cell membrane are formed by lipids. Lipids are okay. Yeah, I forgot. I don't know, but let's see what I have shown. Lipids, okay, there might be in the end. Where is they? Okay, whatever. Let's just talk about them. Okay, so what occurs are lipids form cell membranes, and they protect the rest of the cell to be well separated from the other cells. Now I'm going to show you some facts. Okay, let's go back. I need to. My script out here is written entirely by me, so I'm part 2. Okay, this one is an immense thing. So hey everyone, it's just like that. I'm on part 2 of this video now. I'm now going to be saying facts, etc. Now whatever. Body facts are what we are dealing with because body facts are obviously good. So let's look at the first body fact. There are 1000 brain cells. Fascinating, isn't it? Yeah, fascinating. That's funny, but let's explain why there are. Well, the brain cells are called neurons. What are neurons? They connect to each other or make your memory, that is. So 1000 brain cells form such a big organ. The fact is that there aren't any tissues in the middle, they're directly muscles. So this chart must be a separate one for the brain. And by the way, if you want part 2 for this, then well, you can give a emoji. I'm showing you the smiling emoji in the comments below, so that so that if you want, I'll check that out how many of you take that, so that I can make a part 2. Let's see. The your stomach changes its lining 3 to 4 days. Okay, for okay, let's just go to the next one. Okay, your skin sheds every month. Wait, I need to read the description. Or two, or two, or one. Okay, whatever. Let's go to the next thing. 4. You sweat to cool your body. Phone number, where is that? 5. Blood for adult is 10% of their weight. Okay, that didn't everybody know that. Okay, adult says after seeing this fact, I want to get rid of my blood. I'm going to give a reaction to this. Wait a minute. I got. Okay, this one isn't the thing like that. What is it like? Let's see in the comments below how you think of that actually. Let's see how you think of that. Will you risk your life by not getting the necessary nutrients and possibly being dead, which is the best possibility? And doing that, okay, I'm going to now say another fact. This is enough of this. 6. The human nose can detect 1 trillion, 1 followed by 12 zero, smells. What? Let's read what's the description in my script. I didn't know that actually. Yeah, again the third round of this emoji. The reaction. Let's try another thing. Okay, let's move on. Words. On. Words. Onwards. Okay, next we get 6 plus 7. Your fingernails grow 4 times faster than your toes. Toes. I don't know what's the reaction of this, but it must be a sign. Okay, whatever. For what are these called? Explanation mark. Okay, next we are going to go to the next chart. Important substances. Blood, as we already learned. We learned a lot about blood. Let's go to the next one. Protein. Proteins are strands made of amino acids. Amino acids, as you know, are made of ammonia minus ion of ammonia, which is called amino for some reason, and then acid, which is actually filled the gap by carboxy minus COOH. Okay, you get that point. But let's explain a simplified way how proteins are, because you never knew what they were actually. Okay, once upon a time, there were civil wars in Ireland which fought by the British. So they decided to build a wall around this. In one town there was a big problem. There were a lot of walls that were ordered for that area, but in that town the 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 wall was actually thicker than they expected by bricks. So they decided to compress that. Anyways, that will become a black hole and suck up all the jewelry of the town. But let's see that there are no laws of physics comparing this. So this strand, let's say, becomes 10,000 times smaller than your cell. Then we get amino acids. And these amino acids, when given on that wall strand with bricks are forming a kind of a guess what protein. Yeah, that is a simplified way, but again that will also turn into a black hole. Density equals black hole. Now let's see another one. Let's now say the opposite of fact, myth. This is, I have only one myth because there are that good myths I have found. Gum will stay 7 years in your stomach. Wrong. It will just pass through your waste. Next we have systems. Okay, we actually forgot HCl. HCl is acid in your stomach that brings your food, but it doesn't actually damage the lining of your stomach. Then we get bile that produce in your liver, which helps the digestion of food. Then we get enzyme. I'll cover enzyme in this part for the sake of this video. Let's next go to the chemical reactions. Vitamin H2O vitamin, or water soluble vitamins as they call it, is actually water soluble vitamins are actually directly go to your blood, and fat soluble vitamins with proteins get to your blood. Then we get bile, metabolism, digestion, and respiration. Your school teacher has showed you. Chemicals: DNA, enzyme, hormone, antibody, amino acids. Close species are apes, chimpanzees, Neanderthals, and the Vincents. Process of one: energy, mucus next, bile next, HCl next, and then ATP, of course. We get energy for lipids, sugar, air, water, ATP, amino acids. Then we get useless things: beard, chin, red blood. It's due to a hemoglobin with iron, which is formed by iron, and oxygen with it equals vast, which is red in short. Then we get danger things: toxic liquids and germs. The outer things that are outer coating are skin, hair, and nail. The last thing I want to say about the human body is a big mystery. I cannot say its name now. Wait until the next video to understand. This video took 2 weeks to make, so if you want more of these, please subscribe to our channel and like and share.